Hey, Red Wing fans, welcome back. Apparently, I did not do a very comprehensive review of these Red Wing 2015 110th anniversary Klondike Huntsman. And what's crazy is, I guess, number one, my other video I just did, I said it was the 100th anniversary, which, yeah, I messed up on that, obviously. But so, again, if you are not familiar with this pair of boots, apparently you have been hiding or living under a rock, because they are, yeah, they're crazy. They are 8-inch, and one of the websites I went to, it said they were gunmetal, but I believe these are just, you know, the regular nickel eyelets, nickel colored, and 8-inch, and they came with leather laces. But I don't, you know me, I don't like the leather ones because they don't seem to cinch up very well. I told you why, yeah, they don't seem to, and they break eventually, they stretch, and they look cool. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that leather is cool, you know, leather laces look cool, but for everyday function, I don't like them as much. So, let's talk about some of the features. Well, number one, yeah, like I said earlier, they're 8-inch. They are Klondike leather, which, for those of you who have not heard of Klondike leather, it is actually the way, I suppose, they used to make black leather boots back in the day, maybe in the 50s or when they first started introducing them. Instead of dyeing them with black all the way through, they just took the brown leather and they seem to have dyed the outside, or they painted the outside of it. And so over time, when they got scuffed or they get, you know, just eventually they start to you know, break in, the leather starts to, the brown leather starts to show through. They call it like, I think they call it T something or other. T-core, yeah, T-core, because the core is like a tea-colored brown, I guess, yeah, T-core leather. And so these, of course, have been doing that, and I don't remember, I don't know if I have old pictures of these when I first got them, but I've done some damage to them, patina, damage, whatever. This is from, kind of embarrassed to say, I guess when I rode my bike, there was the cable that goes to the front derailleur was kind of like not trimmed very well, and maybe it was, maybe it didn't have one of those little caps on the end, and it started to scratch it up. I didn't notice until after I took them off. I was like, oh crud. I kind of don't like deep cuts, you know, because those, you know, are not as, you know, resellable, I guess. If it's just worn off color, that can be, you know, replaced by polishing, but these, so this side is not, it's, the patina is just coming through because of the black dye is starting to wear off. The same with the toes. That can be, you know, if I was to sell them, I could kind of clean them up, put black shoe polish on them or something. But this, I'm gonna have to reveal that, and that's that is damage. But call it patina, whatever you want. But so these are pretty cool. I mean, they're soft. But I think I told in the other video, the shorter video, it said that I talked about how I first thought I'd be clever and try to break them in. Took them on a mile or two hike, and it was just trails, you know, light trails, not very good at, not a very high elevation, you know, just regular, like almost like it was at a park that had some hiking trails, you know, and like, again, I just call them really light trails, almost like pedestrian. You could ride bikes on them. They were that, you know, wasn't that treacherous. But anyway, after about first, I don't know how far I was going, half mile, man, the tops of these were digging into my calves and causing blisters, and it was killing me. And actually, it you know, it was, you know, it blistered up, and then for a while there were scars. It left like these rings. It looked like I had ringworm or something on the backs of my calves. I think it healed up. I don't remember. I don't think it's there now. But man, I was afraid that I'd be walking around the rest of my life with these rings on the back of my calves, you know, reminders of breaking in 8-inch. And before that, I was only wearing 6-inch boots. I never wore 8-inch, just my first 8-inch pair. I never went with them because I thought, oh, they're too high, you know, I don't really need it. It's kind of hot here in the Southwest. But I saw these, grabbed them, tried them. They defeated me. So here's a couple caveats about these. Oh, these are super rare, super limited edition, coveted by all the Red Wing aficionados and collectors, and man, you can hardly find them. And if you see them, I think I see used ones for like $2,000. It's like, what? These have got to be the most expensive Red Wings, the heritage models that I've seen. I mean, of course there's some new old stocks from, prior to the 80s and 70s and 60s. Probably those are going for that same price, but these are semi-modern. 2015. That's what, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Let's see, 7 years ago, these were put out. And man, I guess obviously they were limited edition. I think they might have been maybe Japan only, or I think they were on. I think I saw them on the Singapore website, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, they were limited to the Asian market, obviously, and somehow they worked their way over to the United States. I grabbed a pair, and I've seen them, and yeah, they're outrageous. But here's the caveat. So if you notice the lace distance right here, I call that the lace distance, but I don't forgot what the name of this is called. But the eyelets are really getting kind of close, So, and they're not really cinched up, so there's quite a bit of room. They're kind of, my heel lifts up a little bit, and so they're, and these are 9Es, but I kid you not, when I first got them, they were narrow. I mean, they were like not even a 9D, because I wear 9Ds in everything. Mock toes, round toes, any toes, whatever. I wear 9s religiously. A couple of 8.5s with my engineers, but and then my Brannick device says 8.5E, so like that's really what I should be going for. So I guess I've been wearing the 9s just to get the distance, the width. They might be, and I've not tried too many 8.5s because I'm afraid that they're going to be too small. So anyway, my Brannick device says 8.5E. 9Ds tend to be the most comfortable. 9Es are too wide, but these are not 9Es. These, I would call these 9C, C/D. They're narrower than a D, I think. And so I had to stretch them. I had to get this boot stretcher. I got it from Walmart. It was a little bit cheaper. It was like 20 bucks, I think, for 2 of them. And I had to stretch them. So what I did was I wore them. I warmed them up for a couple hours. They're a little bit tight, and then I put that shoe stretcher in to stretch them out. And now they're pretty good. And I keep shoe trees in there just to keep them, from shrinking back to the original narrowness. But yeah, so beware. I would size up. I bet a 9.5E would fit me better. And I've seen some 9Ds go up that I was going to try and bid on, but I said, forget it, not Ds. If Es aren't fitting me too well, and then, people on the internet through the forums, they're saying the same thing, that they seem to be narrow. But here's the cool thing, grow cord sole. It's cool, man. I mean, I like that sole, and the ortho-block heel. Kind of like the Beckman, I suppose. It has the, the half sole. And yeah, they're pretty cool. They're not super comfortable. I wouldn't wear them for like a marathon, I wouldn't walk, too far in them, but they're not bad, and I just thought I'd pull them out. They haven't worn them for quite some time. They've been sitting in the garage. But anyway, that's kind of the overall review. I just didn't. This is kind of a long video. I could see 8 minutes. But yeah, these things deserve a lot of credit. I don't know, just because they're so highly sought after and so expensive, people are just like, yeah, they're going gaga over there, and they're totally like, I want a pair. Well, you're going to have to pay, just like the economy. Everything's more expensive. Gas is more expensive. Housing, obviously. Cars, oh my gosh. Trucks, everything's gone up, man. And you're late to the dance, man. I don't even know what I could get for these. I bet if I clean them up, yeah, get a lot. But anyway, I'll probably keep them just because they're so dang rare. But again, not super comfortable, but not bad. I'm not going to complain. But got a pair, right? So anyway, good luck if you try to get a pair. That's awesome. I personally think it's not really. Oh, another thing is they're a little bit narrow looking. Even like if you notice, the toe box is kind of like, it's pointy. It's not the traditional, if you look at regular mock toes, they're more rounded off and kind of bulbous. These are kind of narrow, almost like a dress shoe. Kind of interesting. Maybe that's what makes them so narrow at the. Yeah, I don't know what last they're on. I haven't looked that up. But nickel eyelets, love it. I like that part. I wish it had speed hooks. Oh my gosh. Takes so much more time, but I'm not going to complain too much. I got a pair, right? Cool. All right, the video is going to turn off on its own, I think.